Hey guys, it's Matt with another stamp video, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my big bin of stamps right here. You guys have seen me bring this up a few times. I'm going to go through them, save good stamps, put the discard stamps over here. So I believe I did this one other time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically pick out a handful of stamps. I go through the bags, I go through the envelopes, I see what stamps I want to keep. When I keep stamps, I have two separate cards I put them in. This is just the US stamps, and these are all the foreign stamps that I think could be valuable. These are the stamps that usually go into my what's in the box videos and stuff. So as you can see, there's a pretty good selection there. And then all the old stamps and stamps I don't need, I actually put them in this other container here. As you can see, there's a ton of stamps in there. So I'm only going to bring you guys in if I find a stamp that's interesting. So stay tuned. Hopefully we can find some cool stamps. All right, guys. So I got my first stoppage here. Got a few stamps I thought might be interesting. So not super old airmail stamp, but one cool thing it says airmail saves time with a little air or a little plane cancellation right there, which I thought was cool over an airmail. Early commemorative there. And then special delivery. Gonna have to take that off using some water and stuff if I want to. I'm probably just gonna leave it on the paper for now. Then we'll go over here, and I got that upside down. So this is from Turkey, but I've never actually seen this. Postolari. I'm not sure what that means, but it is a pretty cool stamp, so I decided just to keep it out. And one thing I do is I collect stamps from Israel, so whenever I see Hebrew on a stamp, which is that script right there, I usually just keep it. I've been working on my Hebrew collection. I have not organized them at all. I'm just in the process of whenever I see a stamp, I collect it. So yeah, that's just a heads up. If you see some stamps from Israel throughout this whole video, that's what I'm doing. I'm just pulling them out, and I have a big folder I put them in. All right, let's see if we can find some more cool stamps. So I found a few more stamps to start off with. I think these are from Russia, not sure. I usually just keep these aside. At some point I'll get around to organizing my Russian stamps, but that is not happening anytime soon. So I'll just keep those and put those in the Russian bin I have. Then I did come across some pretty cool Cyprus stamps, as you can see. Super early one right there. Not super early, but early enough that I definitely think it's worth keeping. And then down here is really interesting. So I usually don't keep super, modern stamps, but I think this is from Libya. As you can see, Socialist People's Libyan Arab, and it looks like an uprising slash. I don't really know the history of Libya, and that's on me. But I know the recent history, but not probably when this was issued. But I got two stamps from there. I'm probably just going to keep those just because I know some of these stamps could be valuable. If you guys know anything about that, let me know down in the comment section under this video. But I thought these were pretty cool. Like I said, I don't usually keep more modern stamps, but I thought these were cool and I wanted to keep them. So, but yeah, so that's the update. I'll bring you guys back in when I find other stuff. Came across a few good older US stamps, so I thought I'd set them aside, put them in the stock card I got up there, but just a close look right here. Nice old Washington. I think this one has a cap. Oops. Sorry for touching my fingers. I think it has a cap on that too. So this one might be worth a little bit more just because there is a variation. It might have the cap, it might not. I'll have to look at it a little closer. But yeah, so some nice Washington and Franklin's here. Pretty excited about it. Good U.S. stamps. I'll go through them and get the correct perforations and everything and put them in my U.S. stock book, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Just going to put them up here in the U.S. stock card. And then I came across these. So this is for landing on the moon, and it's from Yemen. I have a few of these, as you can tell. They've been canceled, fancy cancels, all that good stuff. And I actually have an entire little envelope full of Yemen space stamps. And I'm just going to hold on to these. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about these. I don't know anything about them. If they're not valuable, I'll move them along to the next person. But if they are, I'd love to keep them. They just caught my eye because of this cancel here. So let me know what you guys think. I think they're pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll bring you guys back in when I find more cool stamps. Alright guys, found a few more interesting stamps. We're going to start actually over here. So this pile and then these two stamps down here, they're actually from South Africa. I don't have a ton of stamps from South Africa, so I decided just to keep the whole lot. They came in a envelope and I just took them out to look at them, make sure that they were South Africa. They are. These are some of the earlier ones that I pulled out, so that's pretty cool, pretty pumped about that. Going up here, we got some German stamps. What's really interesting about these German stamps is it says save on the side. I mean, you can see the color variation there, and I know they did this on purpose. I think this is after World War II. I'm actually pretty certain it is. And one really cool one I found was this. So originally it was 24 cents or whatever it is, and they re-stamped it and is now worth 20 cents. We'll call it cents. I don't know what exactly it is. But you can see that right there, which I thought was really, really cool. As you can see, someone had already written on it saying we should save it. I don't know what it's worth. I think it's pretty cool. I'll definitely add that to my German stamp collection. Moving over here, we've got some Hong Kong stamps. Some earlier ones up there, not too early, but then some normal ones down here. And then going over here, we just have a stamp from India, stamp from Persia, and a stamp from China or Japan. I always get them confused. I think that one's from China. I always keep the Chinese stamps because some of those are really, really valuable, so I never know. At some point I'll get around to organizing my Chinese stamps, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Also to note, this stamp right here has a really cool overprint right there. If you guys have seen my video about how to organize stamps, you'll know that I actually started to organize my Persian/Iran stamp collection, and I will go add this immediately into that. But yeah, so a few cool stamps we found. I'll probably pull you guys back in for one more time. I've been doing this for about an hour and a half, so it's about time to call it quits for the day, but I will do one more round and bring you guys back in. The last thought of the day, found some pretty cool stamps. So to start off with, this is a commemorative sheet, I believe, from the Philippines. I've never seen it before. If you know your U.S. history, you know that General MacArthur left the Philippines. He swore he would come back, and he did just that. And actually has the dates here. March 17th, he said, "I shall return." October 20th, 1944, he said, "I have returned." I remember seeing that video on one of my old World War II videos I used to watch. I remember seeing the video of him walking ashore onto the Philippines, reclaiming it. So yeah, I love that commemorative sheet. I will definitely be keeping that in my collection. Moving on, yeah, I just found a pretty simple documentary stamp right here. Nothing too special. Moving on, just an assortment. So ironically enough, in the exact same envelope I found that in, I found these World War II German stamps. So as you can see, some of these are more common than others. And I do like this right here. As you can see, there's a 5 and there's a 10, and they're connected. I think these are decently common. I don't have a ton of my collection, so I love picking these up when I find them. This will be going straight into my stock book for sure. Got some Australian stamps over there. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I collect all the Israel stamps I find just because I'm building up my Israel collection. Not organizing them, just collecting and putting them in a big folder. But yeah, I think these German stamps could be worth a little bit of money. I'm not sure. I do see them on eBay pretty commonly. I guess that makes sense. Pretty often is what I'm trying to say. And they're not too expensive, but still, having those in my collection, I'll appreciate them. So yeah. So that's the stamps I've collected. As you can see, I went through those stamps. All the extra stamps are down here. And what I'm actually thinking about doing, for those of you who have made it this far in this video, I'm thinking about the January giveaway being this entire bin of stamps that I've gone through. Now, I've gone through these. I pull out the older ones, the ones I care about, the U.S. stamps. But there's still a lot of value in this bin right here. And I think it's a good idea that I can maybe give this away, give this to another collector. Normally, I will just sell it for a super discounted price around Chicago, but I'm thinking about giving this away to actually one of you guys. So let me know if that's a good idea. If it is a good idea, let's hit the like, and let's also comment it's a good idea. If it's not, just say, I'd rather just get one stamp from your collection. But yeah, just let me know. But yeah, so that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, hope you guys have had a good holiday season. We're getting back into work now, so let's get back to the grind. But again, appreciate you guys watching.